I, for one, the job that I currently have, I got it through my LinkedIn profile.
So I spoke to my friend, a first-class aeronautical engineer, to get the real story. Does having top grades actually open doors for you?
Can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your background in aeronautical engineering?
Okay, thank you very much for having me, sir. My name is Nyasha Jimade, as you've already alluded, and I studied aeronautical engineering from the University of Zimbabwe, where I specialized in aviation mechanics. Previously, I had done my A levels at Ponyo High School, and all I can say is that I'm a funny guy, and I love engineering, and I love what I do. So currently, I'm practicing as an aeronautical engineer.
Okay,
Thank you.
nice, Mr. Made. Okay, so Mr. Made, it is the news that you graduated with the first class, right? We all saw it on ZBC. That's correct, right?
Bachelor of Science Honours Degree in Aeronautical Engineering, Aviation Mechanics, awarded the degree with first class and a book prize. Made Nyasha. Bachelor of Science Honours Degree.
This degree came with a lot of attention, which I did not expect, and also it came with a lot of opportunities that I can say those opportunities were directly from the attention that I got when I achieved my first class in aeronautical engineering. So the pressure after getting a first class was to go for a master's degree, but I chose to practice for a little bit so that I can gain some real hands-on experience before I go into something like a master's degree. So hence I chose this role that I'm currently occupying, where I'm practicing as an aeronautical engineer.
Okay, nice. So the plans for pursuing a master's degree, is that in the near future, or that's something you know you are going to do later?
I think currently I can say plans to go for a master's and up to PhD, they are not yet on the table for me. I feel like I still need to be more hands-on to sharpen the skills that I currently possess, and after that I think I might advance into a master's degree. But currently I feel like what matters most in the world of engineering are the skills that you possess, how you are problem solving, everything that you do. Are you doing them at your sharpest point? So currently I can say that I'm putting my skills more as an option compared to advancing into a master's degree. But I'm not saying it's not in my mind to do a master's degree. It is in my mind, but I am prioritizing my skills right now, and for now that is giving me joy, that is giving me purpose.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mad. Okay, so since you graduated with the first class, so did the employers take special note of your academic achievement during, let's say, interviews or recruitment processes?
Yes, what I can say is that getting a master's degree can get you an interview, but it cannot guarantee your job security. It cannot guarantee that you stay at the role that you are practicing, because what can make you stay at whatever role that you are playing as an engineer, whatever company you are working at, are the skills. That's all I can say. So after the interview, that's where the first class part of kind of stop. After that, it is only your skills that can make you keep the job, because without skills you cannot do the job.
Yes. So
yes,
I guess that's a yes to affirming that having a first class gave you a significant advantage over other candidates, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Made. Okay, so I assume currently you are in the workforce, right? So in
Yes,
terms, what has your experience been like working in the aeronautical engineering field so far?
oh, my experience has been great and it has been exciting. But for those modules that I had crammed, I can say I'm feeling the heat because in the world of aeronautics, there's a lot of research that is going on, and there's also need for one to reflect back on whatever they learned so that the foundation is unshakable. Because of some of the things that I had crammed and some of the concepts that I did not understand very well during my college life, all I can say that is that I am revisiting some of the textbooks that I used during my college, and on that note also, it has been exciting to notice that wow, this concept is really applicable. Yes, I had learned it, but I did not have a chance to apply it. So applying those concepts and theories and everything that we learned during college, it has been exciting, as well as the pressure to also revisit the work that we did not quite master during college life. Now I am feeling the heat of those modules that I did not quite get well, but now I can say it's really interesting learning something, researching something, and then apply it. But the only thing now, it's now a matter of life and death. So there's need to do a thorough review of the work. There's need to do a thorough review back in school. But all I can say is that practicing the passion of my life is very exciting.
Thank you, Mr. Mark. Okay, so pertaining to the modules you really understood, would you say that your academic background prepared you well for the realities of your current job?
Okay, I feel like my professors, if they watch this video, they might come at me. Okay, unfortunately, some of the modules, I can say, they did not quite prepare me very well for the industry. That's why I am still trying to revisit some of the modules. And also, I studied under the Bachelor of Science honors. So most of the things that I studied in Bachelor of Science honors in engineering mostly is theoretical, and hands-on is limited. So I can say yes, theoretical I was prepared, but when it comes to hands-on, I had to find some mentors and do some extra research so that I can get equipped for the job that I'm doing. But I can say theoretically, to some extent, I was prepared. But unfortunately, on the hands-on part, I cannot say that. I cannot say the same. I remember starting to learn some new softwares to be able to perform during the tasks that I was given. So that process, I feel like.
What kind of software are you referring to?
That is called. Okay, I will not mention the exact name. For example, there is a software for simulations that I did not do hands-on during my college life, but in the workforce it is really a necessity, because simulations, they make your work easier, they make visualizing solutions easier. So during our college lives, yes, we were made to be aware that there was some software to simulate these concepts that we were learning, but we did not get hands-on the software. So my advice to those who are still studying engineering, if they are made to be aware of any certain software that does anything, my advice is that they should try as much as possible to get a hands-on the software. Because as for me, I had to research the software, I had to go through some YouTube channels to master the hands-on of the software. So that's what I can say on the issue of learning some softwares. Yes, that's what I have.
Also, if you encounter any error, make sure to check out engineering project solutions on YouTube or any errors you might face when you use your software, right? That's some self-promoting. Okay, so you've been talking a lot about expectations and pressure at work. So would you say your employers expect more from you because you graduated with the first class?
Yes. Having a first class comes with some certain responsibilities. Yes, in the workforce, having a first class can make employers highly expecting towards you because of the quality of work that you would have demonstrated in getting a first class. It's one of those things they consider when they are trying to get some candidates for a role or for any task. They will try to find out if the guy had achieved anything that is extraordinary. And having a first class, we cannot say something that is ordinary. It's something that is extraordinary. Hence, when they offer some interviews to anyone with a first class, probably having a first class is one of those factors that puts that person on the radar, on the map. So yes, with a first class, you are expected to deliver. You are expected to deliver, but it will be bad news also to have a first class and fail to deliver, which puts the pressure on you.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you for that, Matt. Okay, so my next question was about if you have ever felt any pressure to prove yourself. It seems like you've already answered that. So we can move on to the next section. Unfortunately, it's our last section, which is any advice you would give to the recent graduates who are struggling to find work or are feeling a little bit discouraged, especially in an economy like Zimbabwe. Yes.
Okay. Yes, an economy like Zimbabwe is very challenging, and it is difficult to give the same advice to all. There is no one size fits all. There is no such kind of advice in this situation we have in Zimbabwe. But I have some other things that I've learned during my time when I was unemployed, because I did not get employed soon after graduation. I spent about 4 to 5 months without getting any job. But one of the things that I realized is that the skills that I had mastered during my college life helped me a lot to go through those challenging times. Because one of the things that I noticed is that the economy is very challenging, but there are a lot of problems that still need to be solved. And actually, during my time when I was staying at home, I used to be involved in some projects that I was doing. These projects took my kind of made the time pass by easily, because I could get something that could occupy my time. And during that time, when I was they were towards software development, and I could get some income to get through. So all I can say is that when you are in engineering, make sure you perfect your skills. Yes, passing the exam is something that should be also your goal, but the goal doesn't end at passing the exam. You should acquire the skills, master the skills, because these skills are the ones that will enable you to solve real life problems. And whenever you solve real life problems, you get money, and you can have something that can occupy you during these challenging times. So my advice is just master every skill that you come around, master everything that you are taught, because it is impossible to solve a problem without these skills. So to all the upcoming engineers, my advice is that master your skills, make sure you understand the fundamentals so that you can do the extraordinary, because getting employed can be something that is challenging, but solving problems using what you have gained during college life, it is doable. We have seen so many people who are problem solvers. Instead of getting employed, you can choose to be a problem solver, and for that you can get income. From that you can get something that can occupy you. And by the way, we all know that salaries cannot make someone rich. So all I can say is that let's focus on the skills. Let's try to find ways we can monetize the skills that we are earning through engineering. And that's my advice, Mr. Nyasha.
Okay, thank you, Nyasha. That was quite an informative answer. Okay, so how do you think networking and extracurricular activities are important to landing a job in this field? For example, how do you think someone should, like, how much effort do you think someone should put towards building their platforms like LinkedIn or their portfolios? How much effort do you think someone should put into those aspects?
I think is a greater part in landing your first job or even any other opportunities that might come around. Because we put as an example, I for one, the job that I currently have, I got it through my LinkedIn profile for the engineer. He checked my LinkedIn profile and he saw the solutions that I had done, and he was impressed, and I got the job. So I think networking is really good for those who are in engineering, because whenever someone gets a challenge, they will start to look at whoever can solve the challenge for them. And one of those platforms that they can look for the people who solve problems is LinkedIn. And networking also can make you land some opportunities that are out of your reach, because when you network, you open other doors from different individuals who are in different industries. Yes, you can be an aeronautical engineer, but probably there is a challenge that can be solved by any engineer, probably in the construction sector. If you have a network in the construction sector, they can remember, well, we have that guy who does this and that, and from that you can benefit from your network. I guess those who say your network is your network, there's some truth to it. There's some truth to it, because with networking, you are exposed to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's right. I agree with you on that.
A lot of opportunities can come around from your network.
Okay, thank you, man. Since you talked about pursuing a master's degree in the near future, would you say you have other career aspirations in the next few years?
Yes. Well, what I've seen is that dreams don't stop. So I've not yet stopped dreaming. I still have some other dreams that I need to accomplish, and these dreams is they involve some knowledge that I know currently I don't possess. So in the event that I don't possess that knowledge through other means, I think advancing my career and advancing my studies is one of those ways to go.
Thank you. So, Mr. Madden, since you talked about, like, currently at your job, there are some aspects you have yet to revisit. Can you tell us your secrets in staying motivated and, like, motivated to continue learning in such a demanding industry? How do you do that?
Okay. By nature, I can say I am a learning person. I enjoy learning new things, but it is not everything that I enjoy learning. I chose a career in aeronautical engineering because I am very passionate about the field and I really love the job. I can say it with certainty that not everything I learn in my career is exciting to me. There are some concepts, there are some topics that I don't enjoy learning, but because it's part of my job, I have to do it, I have to deliver. But for those things that I like to learn about, I can even go some extra miles. For example, aerodynamics, I really enjoy the field of aerodynamics. So whenever I get a task to do with aerodynamics, aeronautics, I will really embrace the task with joy. But there are some aspects of the field of the aviation industry, of course, that I don't enjoy. I shall not mention them by name, but just there are some aspects that I research, not because I enjoy researching about them, but I have to. It's sort of like it's in my my description, my job description, my role. So I have to learn them. I have to learn the concepts. I have to study. So it's not always when you find me studying that I'm motivated. Sometimes I'm really doing the study because I have no option. I have to learn. There's no two ways about it. There's only one way, which is to study and to research the concepts. But when it comes to other things that I enjoy about my field, I'm really motivated by, naturally I'm just motivated, but there are some other concepts that I know, these ones I'm not really motivated from the inside, but I have to deliver. Getting the workplace can be challenging, but one of the ways to lessen the challenges is to make sure that you do every part of your job effectively, not just doing the part of your job so that you can get it done. So besides these concepts not really my passion, I have to do the task. I have to do the task. So I end up just researching because I need to make sure I deliver everything that I am asked to do that is in my job description.
Thank you, Ms. Nyasha. That was quite an resourceful answer. I'm sure our viewers will learn a lot. So to close off our meeting, is there any advice you would give to fresh high school graduates who want to pursue a career in aeronautical engineering, or other fellow university graduates who are about to go into the working field?
Yes, okay, I'll give the two advices, but nowadays advice is expensive. I think I should be getting paid for these advices because these are indispensable. Okay, I'll start with the younger generation. Those are fresh high school graduates who want to venture into aeronautical engineering. My first advice, don't do it for money. Don't do it for money. Don't do it for money. I repeat, don't do it for money. If you feel that you want to do it for money, but you are not passionate about it, well, try other means of getting money. But this field requires a lot of dedication. Remember, it's a matter of life and death. You'll be working on real systems that will affect people's lives. If you don't do due diligence, you might end up doing something that can terrorize the whole of the nation. So my advice is that do it for passion. If you don't have the passion, try to find other means of getting what you want without jeopardizing everyone's life. Yes, I for one, I am a patriotic person. I love my country. I love Zimbabwe. Yes, I know so many people, they are not in love with the country, but I really love Zimbabwe. It is one of my wishes that in the near future, Zimbabwe will dominate the aviation industry as well as the space industry.
Can you believe this guy?
Even though the workplace can be challenging, I really enjoy the workplace environment because of my passion to the industry. So all I can advise for those high school graduates who want to venture into aeronautical engineering, please, if you don't have the passion, have you tried other means of getting what you want in life? But in the event that you see aeronautical engineering as a possible career field that can change your life, maybe you might learn to love it during studying. But many people who entered into the field without passion, they ended up dropping out of school, they ended up getting some miserable grades, and their life is miserable because in the workplace, if you are not motivated, your attention also is questionable. So don't do it for money. Try by all means to do it for passion. In the event that you still want to study aeronautical engineering but you're not sure about your passion, try loving it during studying. Don't try loving it while you are now in the workplace, because in the workplace you are jeopardizing everyone's life. You are jeopardizing your colleague's life. You are also jeopardizing our beautiful nation, which will be an aviation giant in future. It will be, I assure you that Zimbabwe will be an aviation giant. It will be a space giant. Trust me, I know this and I'm really working towards it. And then as for the guys who are already studying the course, all I can say is that hang on there, comrades. You can do this, you can do it. Trust me, I did it, and I encourage you also to do it. It has some concepts that you can get away with claiming, but when you come into the industry now, you have to revisit the concepts, you have to understand them very well, because we can understand that engineering, any field in engineering, is a practical field. If you are not a practical person, you cannot excel in engineering. Even the money that I was talking about, which is in the aeronautical field, you cannot get it if you are not a practical person. Because for one to get the money from the career, from every career, I can say, you have to be practical. You have to apply the knowledge to solve problems so that you can have the money, so that you can fulfill even your passion. Because it doesn't make sense that you be an engineer, yet you are not able to solve real challenges in your field of study. So all I can say, comrades, learn everything as much as you can. Make sure you try to be as hands-on as you can. If there is any software that was mentioned during your studying, be it a design software, be it a simulation software, be it any software that you know that will enable you to solve real life problems, please master the software. It will be a great deal in the industry. So that's my advice to the upcoming aeronautical engineers and aerospace engineers. Just hang on, learn, and sharpen your skills.
Okay, Mr. Made. Yeah, thank you. I'm sure those who are listening have taken down notes. So, Mr. Made, that brings us to the end of our session. I'd like to thank you for taking your time to attend this interview session. I know you are quite busy, Mr. Engineer, but you decided to show up in our podcast. So, thank you, Mr. Made. And also to our viewers, if you wish to see such content, please subscribe, guys. Just subscribe, like, and comment. So, peace. Mr. Made,